Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should we say, breathe, then drink. Welcome, family, man. Let me start off right. Great Kuumba to each and every last one of you. We are on the great day of Kuumba during the week of Imani. I hope you are getting the lessons. I know you're like, well, dude, why you ain't start doing this early in the year? Because we grow, and as we grow, we learn, right? And you're like, but brother, how come you adding something? No, I'm not adding something. I'm exposing you to what has always been there. We've been going through the Nguzo Saba and we didn't know it. We just called it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And boom, we got rid of that. Now we doing that. We've been going through these cycles all this time. We've been going through these weeks all these time. I'm not adding anything. I'm just changing the perspective and the view. Family, and that's what this is all about. Because when we talk about subtractive self-mastery, we're talking about removing the unnecessary. And the shit that is dear, we need to transform it so that we can benefit from it. All these words, all these things, all these movements, if we are not able to benefit from it as a tribe, as a family, as a people, then we need to get rid of some of that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm in the process of moving, and one of the most painful things about moving is that you have to face the fact that you got a lot of extra shit. Especially when you move into someplace smaller and you have to wrestle with it. Like, damn, I can't throw that away. I can't throw that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know, like, there's certain non-negotiables. Like, I can't throw away no books. Unless the books are damaged, I can't throw away books. But outside of books, a lot of shit can go. But I still have to work my mind around that. It's kind of hard for me. All right. But that's enough about me. I hope everything is going good for you. Once again, shouts out to all the Kuumba born. Give you another round of applause. Of course, we want to salute those Imani babies. Family, make sure you are getting all the lessons, all of the cultural lessons and cultural moments. I was looking. Let me just jump. This is why Brother Hatim needs to put the pistol down, anime. Put the pistol down. I'm on one. I'm on one right now. Right? But anyway, I was looking at some pictures of my little girls, man. I mean, they ain't little no more, but I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna never see those little girls again. And I'm so glad that I was able to take the pictures and able to have the adventures with them. Right? Paying for a lot of that shit now. But hey, I was able to provide my young people, the young people in my life, the ones that's closest to me, with adventures that I might have not had. I mean, now let me say this, because my raising was different. I had a lot of alone time where I could go out and literally have adventures. I mean, I would wake up, get my ass up, go outside, and not come home until the street lights. If I even had to come home with the street lights, family. I mean, listen, I'm just trying to tell you, I had the experience to be a feral child. Let me just say this to you. When I went to Ennis Middle School, there was a way to walk to school and a way, well, let me put it this way. In order to get to school, this is how, in order to get to school, we had to cross a highway exit, right? Or we had to do a walk around, which would maybe throw on a half a mile. So rather than doing that, we would cross a highway exit, cross a bridge, walk maybe a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles to school, down a steep ass hill. So this means we had to take a steep ass hill back home every day. But me and my crew found the secret way home where we were able to, I mean, this is crazy as fuck. When I think about it, we used to go through a sewer. It was a giant sewer pipe that we were able to take. We would go back. We found a way, and we'd go through the woods, and we would go through a giant, this was our secret path. And the hill would bring us up back behind some, like, I guess they would be like affordable housing where one of our friends leave. We'll drop them off. I'll be able to walk to my friend's neighborhood and then go home. Right? I mean, like I said, I got to live an adventure. So I wanted to make sure that my children had some adventure, because like I said, I can't let them roam like I used to roam, because with cameras everywhere, and I mean, because like we used to do some real stupid shit, right? Being young people do stupid shit. They're supposed to do stupid shit, and we need to be able to provide an environment where they're able to do stupid shit and not necessarily ruin their lives or ruin somebody else's life, right? But anyway, that's a hot Tim thing. I'm just sound, or was that laughter? I can't tell. That was laughter, right? But anyway, what was I going to talk? Well, let me get to my haikus. I'm gonna get to my haikus, then I'm gonna do the show. Then I gotta get ready, get out of here because it's moving day. So, I'm feeling a certain type of way because, like I said, I really like where I'm at, but sometimes change demands. And then oftentimes, once again, as I tell y'all all the time, oftentimes when we believe something is not good, it may be the blessing that we've been looking for. We just have to be patient enough to wait it out. We just have to be strong enough to figure it out as we go, because oftentimes you don't even recognize it was a blessing until after it's done. All right. But anyway, I know some of y'all feel me out there. I know some of y'all feeling me, right? You don't get to give me that laugh, whatever. But hey, let's get it. The haikus will bring me into what I really want to talk about. So here we go. Living in your dreams with aspirational wealth destroys your life now. Anime like that one, right? Listen, the boy is haikuing today, right? So I told y'all I was getting into the book. And although this is not necessarily covered directly, it's covered enough. But the name of the book is End Times by Peter Turchin, right? Not that I'm looking for it, because I got children. I'm not on all that shit. I'm not on all this mythical end of the world shit and quick shortcut. And I mean, because really when it comes down to it, this is what it is: quick shortcut to heaven type shit. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to live life, so I'm hoping, like with the what I told you about the children in schools, they used to dream about being doctors and lawyers and even athletes and stuff like that. Now the talk is that a lot of the children may be looking for a lucky stroke, maybe hitting a lottery or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Still a lot of them still talking about becoming professional athletes or becoming social media influencers, but they're looking for strokes of luck in order for them to get out, because they deep down they sense what's going on. And so do many of adults. Many adults, once we get exposed to the world and the world figures out how to crush our dreams, we start looking for that lucky strike like the children are doing now. But the issue is, it shouldn't be hitting children this early. What in the hell is a third grader talking about? I'm hoping to hit the lottery. The fuck? That's some adult. I had my dreams crushed by the world shit. but they doing it in the third grade now. This system is, hey, listen, I have to, I know y'all gonna hate this. I have to give this system a round of applause because it has given us a total brain fuck. And I mean, they're so good. I mean, actually, I don't even think they're good. I just think they're lucky. And I think that we have been trained to be a little bit more understanding and not to really think that someone would be this conniving. I don't even think they're this conniving. I think that they have lucked up the educational system and everything lined up just right for these individuals to take advantage of what's going on now, right? So, so let me get into it. So living in your dreams with aspirational wealth destroys your life now. What do I mean? I have many adults right now voting as if they're rich, wanting to vote and wanting to look at politics as if they are rich because they have aspirational wealth, which means that I'm voting my future wallet. I don't want to have to pay high taxes, right? Now, and this is one of the frameworks that we have to start changing. We all have to, if all of us carry a little, no one has to carry a lot. What we have right now is we have a few carrying a lot. Or better yet, we have the bottom carrying the most. When we need to have the top, everybody's not carrying their weight. When we start talking about taxes, we have to start changing the perspective. And teachers out there, those of you who are dealing with young people, we have to start changing the framework on paying taxes. Tax time is not necessarily a payday. It can be, because some of us pay more tax because they taking money directly out of our earnings, right? But we need to be clear. The goal is not to cheat the system. The goal is to make sure that everybody gets what they're supposed to get. Why, Brother Hatem? Because you like the streets being smooth. You like the public parks. Well, at least I do. You like the libraries. You like the fact that if there's a fire, that there is a fire department that will come and not throw you a bill after they put the fire out. You like the fact that there's a police, right? That if there's issues that you can call and they might come, they might make the situation worse, but they'll come. There are certain services that we all get and we have to be willing to pay for them. But if we take the mind state of the rich, because I want you to think like this, the reason they think like that is because they don't need, they can afford to pay a fire department. They can afford their own private police force. They can afford to pay for personal security. They can afford to send their children to school. In this state and in this time, you can't. So you not only have to pay your taxes, but you have to make sure that everybody is paying their taxes. And if you are not allowed to accumulate wealth because of your lifestyle, right? Because you can't accumulate wealth because you're paying for your life now, people who are accumulating wealth in institutions that's financed by you. Because if banks go broke, guess whose tax money goes to pay all the people that went broke? When there's a major issue with these big companies, guess who tax dollars is poured into that to make sure that those holes are filled, because these things are too big to fail. So if they could pull from us, we need to be able to pull from them. You understand what I'm saying? Now, in your aspirational thinking, if in your aspirational thinking and your aspirational thinking is guiding your politics, you're always going to lose. Thank you, man. I don't think they heard me. Simba, I don't think they heard me. If your aspirational wealth, your aspirational lifestyle is guiding your politics, you're always going to lose, because the very things that will build the bridge to the lifestyle that you want requires government to be able to do the things that you need. These people are talking about less government. Less government means no assistance, no schools, private companies taking care of the streets, private police forces, private militaries. I want y'all to think about this. No, you know what I'm saying? When you hear them talking about small government, what they're talking about is eliminating the very protections that you have. When they done took all of the prizes, they got all of the prizes. We are fighting for crumbs at this point in time. So matter of fact, they done turned fighting for crumbs into sports that people go and watch. What the hell you think is football or basketball? It's grown men fighting over crumbs. The crumb just happen to look like it's a little pigskin, right? It's a little round ball that they're chasing. Basically, this is rich people paying grown ass men to fight over crumbs. Y'all don't hear me. But anyway, go on. We need to destroy the aspirational living of many of our peers, many of our friends, many of our elders, and let them know we are in a reality where we all have to walk these streets. We all have children that need to be educated. We all have people with debts that they shouldn't have. We have medical systems that are being commodified. We have schooling that has been commodified. And we as a society are losing out because of it. And the very things that you want as far as your aspirational wealth, you need government to help you provide, because I want you to understand this. Amazon was able to grow in the way that Amazon grew and do some of the business that it did was because it relied on the government. Tesla and that rascal Elon Musk is a government contractor, family. He's a government contractor. All these rich people around you are doing business with government and telling you that you need less of it. Come on. Next. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. We need to start having real talk in our community and in the conscious community, because some of us are meditating too goddamn much. Some of us are doing too many spiritual rituals, and we're communing with our ancestors too much. And in communing with our past and our ancestors, we are allowing our now to slip away, which means we are basically handing our future over to others. We are giving our children's future away with this aspirational, dream-chasing bullshit, not realizing that we're taking away from the now. And we have to be the now is one of those properties, is one of those territories that we have to stake out and start monitoring and protecting. Because I bet you right now, using the word now, I bet you our competition is very concerned about their now, and they protect their now right now. They're protecting their now. Are you protecting your now? Because if you allow your now to slip away, your children's future is at stake. You're selling your now cheaply, and your children will not be able to have any wealth. All right, but anyway, shots fired. I ain't just talking to you, fam. When I do these shows, please understand, I'm not just talking to you. Next one, the amount of cash used by the country for war would change life of poor. That kind of rhyme too. So check this out. I've been doing some thinking and I'm looking at some stuff. So check this out. So let's look at how much money has been spent on this war that's going on with Iran, right? What we spent in Afghanistan, what we spent in Iraq, blah, blah, blah. We always can find money for war, right? Because I got a haiku for that. Because there's a mindset shift that we have to have, and we have to start getting our children to start working in this. But anyway, I'm like, damn, how much? It must be expensive, because, you'll get the great pumpkin up the top. We can't afford to pay for children to go to school. We can't afford. We have these politicians lying. And this is the issue. I don't have a problem with the great pumpkin. I really don't. Because basically what he's doing is he's pulling off the disguise that these individuals have been wearing for a very long time. Now, we can sit up here and we could argue, and I would prefer possibly a Democrat to be in it, but we have to ask the question: if these motherfuckers are not pushing back on this on the Great Pumpkin as hard as they should be, could they agree with some of the shit that he's doing? And he's just doing shit that they never, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to do, but they believe needs to be done because they are decent. I'm just, so now let me say this. So he'll sit up here and he'll say the shit out loud that other politicians will speak around, right? Healthcare, right? Check this out, family. How much do you think just to cover healthcare in America it would cost? Trillions of dollars. We can't afford it. You can't do it. Right? Because many of us are living aspirationally through these rich people, and we listen to these rich people, and because we believe that government is a business, that government should be run like a business, but and it should be run like a family, but a government is very different from both. Why? Because a government has the power to create money. It creates currency. The government creates currency. Your family don't create. When the last time y'all was able to create family dollars, right? When was the last time a business was able to create? No, the government creates the money. And I know for some of us, it's hard for us to really even imagine that because the education we got means that things have to balance out, and it don't work like that in the real world, family. Modern economics don't work like that. You don't have to have no shit backing your currency. In fact, the shit they got backing the currency is belief and the ability to take your shit. Just like, I want you to think about this, right? How much money did we spend to get Venezuela's oil? Yeah, y'all ain't even hearing me, right? How much money did we spend to take control? See, this is the power of a quote-unquote sovereign evil government. I want resources. I'm going to come in. I'm going to take them. This is what's been going on for a very long time. Now, when it comes to the modern economic system, you really need to look and see how it works because you've been lied to if you still run around talking about the gold standard. Family, if we were still on the gold standard, our lives would be miserable. Our lives would be miserable. I'm just letting you know right now. You wouldn't have a phone to listen to this shit on because you wouldn't be able to afford it, nor would we even have the phone because we probably wouldn't put the money to the money that was needed to even do the research for it. We wouldn't have did it. Modern monetary, MMT teaches you how this shit works. And you really need to look at that and you really need to understand that. What the people want to do, the people can do. What we had the will to do, we can do. So when they talking about healthcare, they're telling you they don't have the will to do that because they know that their rich friends and themselves are going to have to bear more of the burden. Not that they just going to be taxed unfairly, but I want you to understand when they come at you and be like, such and such pay more tax than you. Oh, do we pay a higher percentage? See, I want you to go to that. Do we pay a higher percentage than I do? For real? Let me see his personal taxes. Let's talk about his personal wealth and let's talk about his personal taxes. Because as a worker, I am charged taxes for every hour that I work. In fact, the government gets my money first. This is why they tell you that these people in these companies don't make that much money. I take a zero amount. And the ones that are taking it, they got so many loopholes that they jump through. And a lot of that shit got to be closed, but that's on us. Anyway, back to the point I was trying to make. This is why Brother Hot Tim needs a script. How much would it cost? Let's even go per year. For Americans to have free healthcare. Well, you could just walk into a hospital because you had a stomach ache. You could walk into a hospital. You need smoking cessation. You could walk to the hospital. You're not feeling right. You want to get some stuff checked out. You go to your doctor. Guess how much it'll cost? $300 billion a year. $300 billion a year. I want you to go and I want you to research. I want you to see how much we spent to be in Afghanistan and Iraq. I want you to see how much we spending right now with this Iranian thing going on right now. $300 billion a year, and you got free healthcare. Now check this out. How would that improve your life when you don't have to make a payment for health insurance? This is a big chunk of everybody who has a job's money. But many of us are voting for aspirational wealth. We don't, if they're going to do that, come on, fam. Let's grow up. Check it out. How much per year would it be for us to have Head Start? Everywhere. I mean, all right, regardless, children in America get Head Start. How much? Guess how much? 15 billion. 15 billion per year. I thought I was looking at it wrong. I thought maybe 150 billion. No, it's 15 billion a year. Homelessness. Guess how much it'll be per year for us to solve homelessness just in the United States? 11 billion per year. To solve the housing crisis for those who want a house will be $11 billion. But the problem with those three things is all of them have been commoditized. All of them are privatized. All of them are being run on a profit motive. If government takes them over, they're not run on a profit motive. Because I'm telling you right now, family, you think shit is fucked up now. Let these individuals who talk about business, government as a business, get in and let them start handling your mail. I want you to think about that. Let them privatize that, and y'all gonna understand what a dystopia is, right? All right, I got a couple more. How about free college for everybody? Gina graduate from high school. She decides she want to go to college. Cleve decided he want to go to college. Your nieces, your nephews, your sons, your daughters, they want to go to college. How much would it cost the United States for every student per year to go to college free, so that we can make sure that we are keeping up with the times, and we got young people who are able to learn and able to think and create. I don't give a fuck if they're going to school for art. It don't matter. Guess how much it'll be? $70 billion per year. Now check this out. Lastly, not that we need to worry about the world, but I think this will go a long way to keep motherfuckers from wanting to blow up America. You know what I'm saying? How much to end hunger worldwide? Hunger worldwide. Guess how much? $100 billion per year. So I want you to think about this. What if America did like they did back in the 60s, like they had the war on poverty? What if we had a war on hunger, a war on homelessness, right? What if we changed our mind state? Because for some reason, and this is the last one, and then I'm going to move into the show. Y'all like, brother, how Tim, you had 30 minutes. The economy trains minds to seek destruction. Death is good business. We have a mind state that has been trained to find problems and find out how to monetize problems rather than how to it's almost like we need the sickness. Rather than finding ways of making the opposite beneficial. We find out how to make profits from problems, from sickness, rather than looking at how do we make money from health. You know what I'm saying? How do we make it available? You know what I'm saying? In order for us to make money, we got to go to war. You know what I'm saying? Rather, there's no money in peace. When we have the mind power to figure out how do we make this peace lucrative? How do we demonstrate the profit of being peaceful over us being warring? This is how much we have earned from being peaceful with each other. Rather than having these companies being like, look, you need to make missiles, blah, blah, blah. What do we send food bombs to countries? Right? Really? I mean, think about this. How are you going to hate somebody that's feeding you good? $100 billion ends hunger. But I'm going to stop. I digress. I digress. All right. Now, family, let's get it on. Let's get into the show. Dang, I ain't tell y'all to like, subscribe, share. Let's grow together, because the only way we grow is what? That's right, if we grow. Family, I want to remind you are now standing Congregation Mighty, home of the stubborn minority, place of your calling. This is Giammi Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother Tim. Of course, you know it's artists in production all day, every day. But we strive to blow up your old paradigms, because they... All right, so here is the official haiku for the day. Active faith ignites. Shed the weight of yesterday. Flow and shape the clay. All right, so starting off, I want to wish everybody peace. I want to hope that you're having a good day, tribe. This is Brother Tim coming to you live from the digital porch. I wish it wasn't digital. I got to move. Pull up a chair. Pull up a chair and listen as I speak truth. Or at least attempt to. At least speak what I see. You know what I'm saying? Today we stand firmly on the sacred ground of Kuumba, the principle of creativity, but we are viewing it directly through the deep crimson lens of Imani, our unshakable faith. We are sitting deep within the current cycle of the year Ujima, collective worker responsibility, and our ancestral algorithm for this day of innovation is clear. Stagnation is a choice. I choose the flow of innovation. Stagnation is a choice. I choose the flow of innovation. One more time, get your pens, get ready. Stagnation is a choice. I choose the flow of innovation. And the old folks used to warn us on the porch with this timeless proverb. Here's the proverb of the day. Get ready for it. I love this one. Some folks don't believe fat meat is greasy. If you ever heard one of your old folks use that proverb, type of ashe. Put an ashe in the chat, family. Some folks just don't believe that fat meat is greasy. I got one of those upstairs right now. Family, let's have some real, unadulterated talk. Real talk. Too many of our people treat faith like a passive waiting room. We know this. We sit back, trapped in the destructive cycle of blame, shame, and guilt, hoping a miracle will drop out the sky while we choose to do absolutely nothing. But true Imani isn't a crutch to lean on while you freeze in place. It's an active weapon of consciousness. When you view faith through the dynamic lens of Kuumba, you realize that to truly believe in something means you must have the courage to shape it, mold it, give it rhythm in the physical world. Our ancestors didn't survive the storms of history by just wishing for a better tomorrow. They utilized their creative genius to turn scraps into nourishment, rhythms into coded escape routes, and deep sorrow into soul-stirring spiritual technology. You heard me, right? You heard me. Type of ashe if you heard that. They choose the flow of innovation because they understood that stagnation is a slow, self-inflicted spiritual death. When we study the blueprints left behind in foundational texts like the Warrior's Handbook for Life's Journey and the Player's Pyramid, right? Of course, you know those are available on my author's page. Go and check it out. Go and support a brother, right? We are reminded that the true self-mastery requires us to clear the path before we can build. But our modern conditioning tells us to constantly do more, consume more, accumulate more clutter. Damn. That's what I was just talking about. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Honey. The Via Negativa approach tells us the exact opposite. True power is revealed through what we discard. We must release the unnecessary burdens to allow our true nature to shine. To reveal the brilliant orange flame of Kuumba and the solid foundation of Imani, we must actively scrape off the heavy buildup. We must cut the noise of endless corporate distractions and digital static that keeps our minds fractured from our potent center. Drop the weight of old habits, false narratives, and helplessness, and the toxic illusions that safety lies in conformity. Some folks refuse to believe fat meat is greasy until they slip on the ice of their own stagnation. They believe they can stand completely still and somehow still manifest a life of peace, power, and joy. But nature doesn't play that game. The universe is constantly moving, and if you choose not to flow with innovation, you are actively choosing to decay. Now, I have consistently shown that the Creator gave us a mind and is all powerful, possessing the infinite ability to create or destroy. Right? That's one of our things, right? The Creator gave us a mind and it is all powerful and possessing the infinite ability to create or destroy. Right? Now, that comes from the questions. You'll find that in the Warrior's Handbook for Life Journey. You know what I'm saying? What does every nation builder know? What does every member know? That the Creator gave us a mind, and the mind is all powerful, right? Possessing an infinite ability to create or destroy. What a man thinks is precisely what he becomes. If you focus your thoughts on your limitations, damn, thank you, I needed this. Oh, wow. You focus your thoughts on your limitations, you manifest a prison. But when you clear out the mental clutter, scrape away the buildup of shame, and step boldly into the present moment, you claim or reclaim your divine authority. You do not need to add more tasks to your life. You need to release what is holding you back. Let your active faith flow through your creative hands and transform your reality today. And if you have those limits, family, remember my book, Freedom Within Limits. The shit you can do. I just demonstrated the thoughts that I was able to squeeze into these 17 syllables as well. So we have no excuses, right? But Anime, where you at? She fell asleep. Said, man, we had 37 minutes, brother. Tim. Yo, family, make sure you go down into the description and you are able to plug in with us. Check out, I got all my information on my doc card. Go there. You could become, you can get your Nguza there at the map. You could become a Daily Spark supporter, a candle lighter. You can become, you get your shirt and rep your principle, or you could join us on our Daily Spark Telegram group. We got conversations picking up over there. Get it, right? But hey, for those that don't know, just for tradition, I'm running out of reasons to do it, but just for tradition. I like the song. This guy got talent. Proverb of the day, proverb of the day. It is with great pleasure that I bring this mother's wit, this southern colloquial wisdom to you. Family, I would like to present to you the old saying that says, some folks just don't believe fat meat is greasy. Now, I done spoke about it in my piece, but what I'm interested is, what does it mean to you? And you know what that means? You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.